Sweet Nora from Galway, my dear Irish rose, she is my little lady, and almost everyone knows Paris, Trieste, and Zurich. Oh, how travelled we've been! I love sweet Nora from Galway, and Nora from Galway loves me. The name's Joyce, James Joyce, and I was born in Dublin, which had hardly come as a great surprise. When I was young, life was very grim, but my family called me Sonny Jim. My father could sing for Ireland, well, Cork anyway. Cursed with a thirst, he was no Saint Jerome. He drank us out of house and home. But off my knees at Newman's College, I read Ipsum and took my ease up a tower in Sandy Cove. And the rest, as they say, is Bloomsday. But I want to talk now about my series of short stories, Dubliners, still available in print. But the backstory is interesting. In 1905 onwards, I made several attempts to get a publisher to bring out this collection of short stories. I was unsuccessful as both publishers and printers feared that the words and passages in the stories would render them liable to prosecution. Eventually, the Dublin publisher Monsell and Company accepted the manuscript. The firm of John Faulkner was contracted to do the printing, and in July 1910, an edition of 1,000 copies was printed. And here is a preview of my series of short stories. Described, the author's style at once removes the book from the category of ordinary fiction and makes it the piece of literature that will no doubt win the same recognition from discerning critics as did his book of poems published a few years ago. I like that. However, at that stage, both the printer and the head of Monsell and Company, George Roberts, had second thoughts about Dubliners. After prolonged negotiations between me, Faulkner, things got worse. Mr. Faulkner decided and destroyed the printed copies. I claim that the books were burnt, while Roberts maintained that they were guillotined and pulped. I had come to Dublin to get the books released, and after they were destroyed, I wrote Gas from a Burner at Flushing in Holland while waiting for a train to take me back to Trieste. The lines are presented as being spoken by Roberts the burner. I had the poem printed as a broadsheet in Trieste and sent most copies to my brother Charles to distribute in Dublin. With anger and bitterness, I wrote Gas from a Burner. Ironically, one of my best poems.